Ladies and gentlemen, we'll shortly be landing in Brussels, the capital of... The crew and I hope you've had a pleasant flight. It looks like we're going to have a nice day. An ideal day to discover Belgium.
Welcome. We hope you have a pleasant stay in our dynamic country. Belgium, land of good living and good working, and a great place to do business in the heart of Europe. Belgian geography is surprisingly varied. In a mere 30,528 kilometers, you will find a whole array of different and interesting landscapes.
Belgium? That's a complicated story, sir. There are 3 communities living together peacefully here. Each has its own mother tongue. In Flanders, people speak Dutch, and in Wallonia, French. There's also a small German-speaking community.
Brussels, our capital, is officially bilingual, Dutch and French, although many other languages are spoken there because it's an international, multicultural city.
Now, this is our federal parliament, sir. They make important decisions here for the entire country.
Laws are made here in the Chamber of Representatives and in the Senate. The federal government executes the laws and governs the country. The communities also have their own parliaments and governments, with complete autonomy within certain jurisdictions. As well as the federal state and the communities, there are also the provinces, which in turn have their own lawmaking and executive bodies.
As you can see, a lot of meetings and negotiations take place, but the Belgian model works.
Morning, sir. You're standing in front of the Royal Palace. Belgium's been a monarchy since 1830. The Belgian king is the head of the executive power, and throughout our history, he's been a symbol of the country's unity. We've always been a strategic and economic crossroads in Western Europe. We can show you this quite easily with a visit to the cultural cities. City life sparkles against an amazing backdrop of stately buildings dating from the Middle Ages, Renaissance, Baroque, Art Nouveau, and daring modern constructions.
Here comes a face. Belgians are passionate builders, and not just when it comes to grand cathedrals and cities. You can see this inspiration in the visual arts as well. Belgium today knows worldwide fame as one of the most important centres for comic strips. Our cartoonists make great use of our rich history. In that respect, they are on the same wavelength as the anonymous miniaturists of the Middle Ages and the great masters of the art world, like the Van Eyck brothers and Peter Paul Rubens. The Belgian takes a stubborn and original view of his environment, as you can clearly see when you look at the works of Delvaux and René Magritte. An originality which has brought great success to artists like Jan Fabre, Panamarenko, and Brotaars today. Great success to artists like Jan Fabre, Panamarenko, and Brotaars today. If you would like more information about modern art in Belgium, press 1. If you have worked up an appetite and wish to eat, press 2.
Enjoy your meal, sir. There's nothing quite as Belgian as a portion of mussels with fries and a cold beer, is there, sir? We're famous all over the world for our delicious cuisine. A simple portion of real Belgian fries, or an extravagant meal in one of our famous star restaurants. However you like it. Belgian cuisine is very open and creative. You'll find a wide international selection alongside the classic regional specialities. Ever heard of fusion cuisine? Belgian chefs are happy to incorporate new influences into their creations. And that refreshing, refined feeling inspires the music as well. Known throughout the world, the famous Queen Elizabeth competition sees the very best violinists, pianists and singers perform in a unique setting. With just as much ear for detail, countless musical ensembles, operatic societies and soloists bring out our country's cultural wealth to every corner of the world. It's another area where Belgium is surprisingly innovative. Where would jazz be today without the invention of the saxophone by Adolphe Sax?
Music always means a party, and a huge number of music festivals lure a highly international audience to Belgian stages year after year. The sheer choice is immense. In almost every genre, visitors find plenty of what they're looking for. Belgians love partying and dancing. Every city or village has its own typical festivities, street markets, parades and processions.
Belgians are sporty. Cycling, for example, is more than a national sport. It's a genuine passion. The Belgian cycling classics are legendary. And for many amateur cycling teams, it's an experience of almost religious proportions to follow in the tracks of their great heroes by attacking the steep hills and bumpy cobblestones. Football also captures the soul of the Belgians, both on the field and off it. The sporting landscape in Belgium is varied, and the Belgians are known for their obstinacy and perseverance, which has helped them to reach the very top of international sport. In addition, we play host to a number of renowned sporting events like the Ivo van Damme Memorial and the Spa-Francorchamps Grand Prix.
Hello. Belgians love beautiful things, in art, in music, in sports, but also in their daily lives. That's why our fashion designers are world-renowned for being real trendsetters, unconventional, sometimes contrary.
Belgian design enjoys international attention to the full. Whether timelessly classic or daring and original, Belgian designers are always noticed for their unwavering attention to quality and eye for detail. That's the way it works in the fashion world, and also in the world of luxury products, where craftsmen are continuously inspired to new creativity. That is why so many jewellery designers derive their inspiration from the World Centre for Diamonds in Antwerp. Equally infamous are the other jewels, Belgian chocolates.
Belgium is the land of logistics, a key point in Europe's network of major transport routes. And not without reason. The very first time a train ran on the European continent, it was in Belgium. It's almost symbolic. The communications network beats out the rhythm for the Belgian landscape and determines the tempo of the economy, because communication also means distribution. By land or sea, rail or air, every square kilometre of the country is used to greatest advantage. Seaports, inland ports, an intricate network of railroads and motorways. Belgium sets the tone on a European level.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, fine.
cutting-edge technology. The result is a subtle balance of tradition, know-how, creativity, and innovation. A broad knowledge base with unrivaled prestige. Corporate leaders playing an active part in the markets of today and tomorrow, and an industry that's lost nothing of its strength.
Another ace in our Another ace in our hand is the excellent quality of our education system. The driving forces are professional expertise and innovation, supported by the talent and reputation of our teaching staff and professors. Curiosity, research, and the transfer of knowledge are the main ingredients in a very high standard of education among employees and employers. Through research and through the creation of spin-offs, Belgian expertise is top class in the fields of biotechnology, agriculture, and food safety. Our economy is geared to making the most of our country's location at the centre of all influences. It is aimed at the whole world, as it has to be. Belgium is one of the world's largest exporters per capita.
Belgium has always been at the epicenter of the most important historical events in Europe. The great powers have often clashed on the land which would later become the Kingdom of Belgium. After the Second World War, thoughts of collaboration between the United States of America and Europe, and among the European states themselves, began to grow. This is how the European Union and NATO came into being. And it's no coincidence that both institutions have their headquarters in Brussels. The one-time battlefield has now become a meeting place.
Welcome. We hope you have a pleasant stay in our dynamic country. Belgium, land of good living and good working, and a great place to do business in the heart of Europe. Belgian geography is surprisingly varied. In a mere 30,528 kilometers, you will find a whole array of different and...
Hard to please thee, won't you squeeze me? See how...
With three communities living together peacefully here, each has its own mother tongue. We've always been a strategic and economic crossroads in Western Europe.
takes a stubborn and original view of his
Famous all over the world for our delivery.
economy is geared to making the most of our country.
And that refreshing, refined feeling